Windows blur and blend, faces nod then fade, coats like folded wings, long day finally laid down, evening trains hum soft and low, carrying all that we can't show. Let it ride, let it ride, let it go. We're heading home on a homeward swing. Coffee cold in paper cups, headlines droop in tired hands, floor keeps swaying slow and sure, like someone's humming just for us. Steel on steel, a gentle prayer. Dark outside, but I don't care. Every sigh, every small regret rises, falls, then disappears. Two cups sit untouched, steam drawing quiet lines in the air. Your hand on the table, mine like it's resting on prayer. Soft clink of a spoon, little orbit over porcelain rim. You glance at the window, and I feel you looking in. This jazz fills the space between us, not the silence, not regret. Every brush on the snare says we're alright, we're not there yet. No words, but the air feels honest, whole in a way I can't forget. Two cups, two hearts, one moment, perfectly placed on the edge. Sax leans into a note, holds it just longer than it should. You breathe with the phrase, like the song finally understood. Sugar packet folded, tiny white square by your thumb. We share the same small rhythm of staying and not coming undone. If I spoke, it might unbalance us, tilt the table, shake the frame. So I sit in this simple symmetry, letting every chord say my name. We're complete in this quiet contrast, your heartbeat hiding in your chest. I lift the cup, you follow, and somehow that's our yes.
Pale blue glass framing the quiet roofs, steam on the sill lazy little spiral. You lean on the counter in an old wool shirt, letting the silence finish its thought. Let the day begin slow, like water finding a boil, like my hand on the mug, warming from the outside in. Let the day begin slow, nothing we have to prove, just the room and the rising light. Cup on the table, ring on the wood, distant truck rolling soft through the floor. Keys fall open, one note, then another, fold in the hush instead of the sheets. Calendar waiting, ink still dry, phone face down by the kitchen light. You breathe, I breathe, same small cloud, sharing the heat of the first sip aloud. Let the day begin slow, like water finding a boil, like my hand on the mug, warming from the outside in. Let the day begin slow, nothing we have to prove, just the room and the rising light.
The o'clock coffee, sun on the floor, steam making halos by the old glass door. Barista holds something I can't quite name. Pages come lazy, like they're part of the same. This little break in the middle of the day, where the clock's all loose and then the rest slips away. We're just breathing between the before and after. We're waiting, feels like comfort, stirred with quiet laughter. 3 o'clock coffee, sitting in the slow bed and the soft jazz tell me where to go. Tiny rim shots in the air, piano frank the phrase, leaves it hanging there. Bass waltz in circles round a low sweet thought. Time drifts sideways, losing what it taught. Outside they hurry, inside we lean. sipped real slow. Steam on the glass, newspaper folded in half, plate cooling slow by my hand, chair leaned back, coat on the stand. The clock moves but gently, let the minute hand glide. I'm just eating this silence with a stranger called time by my side. Let the fork, let the thought take their time while the world runs outside. Waitress says, you okay? I nod, stir sugar away. Street hum, soft through the pain, horn from the band down the lane. I used to chase every second, count change, count steps, count days. Now I count beans on the saucer, watch the light bend, fade.
This jazz breeze, balcony air at night, cool wind in the curtains, slow and slight, steam from my cup rises then forgets the sky. We move like balcony air, soft and slow, barely there. Long tones drift, they just hang. Heart learns the shape of your name. We move like balcony air, not in a hurry to land. City lights blink, lazy, half awake. Cars hush by like they're half in a dream. Your hand on the rail says more than your mouth ever will. Rhythm barely nudges, just a shoulder, just a sigh. Jazz matches breathing, yours and mine. Same time, same rise, same quiet fall. We move like balcony air, soft and slow, barely there. Long tones drift, they just hang. Heart learns the shape of your name. We move like balcony air, not in a hurry to land.
Lip of the glass by the bedside, fingerprints fog in the half-dark. One slow sip, clock hums louder than my heart. Curtain barely holding back the moon. Old book face down on the floor, eyes gone to memory. Room asking nothing more. This is the last glass before midnight, cool against the heat of my day. Let the silence fill the spaces where the words all walked away. This is the last glass before midnight. I can feel the edges fade. I'm not chasing any answers, just letting today behave. Piano in the other room breathing, single notes, then long delay. Little echoes on the drywall, like they're tucking time away. Phone face down, pulse finally quiet. Shadows stretching over my knees. I swallow what's left of the daylight and set the circle free. All the almost said and half done things, stacked like dishes in the sink. But the water's clear, so am I. In this moment on the brink, I raise the glass to the ceiling, to the dust, to the scuffs, to the ache, to the soft unfinished stories. I'll fold them when I wake. This is the last glass before midnight, cool against the heat of my day.
Cartwheels clicking fours over tile, over tiny storms of dust. Cereal colors watching, soft hum riding above us. You read labels like poems, I count cans like tiny drums. A peach rolls loose, slow motion, we laugh before it ever comes. Everyday jazz in the grocery line, little blue notes in the barcode shine. Nothing special, nothing grand, just your hand on the side of the stand. Ordinary air, breathing in time, everyday jazz, and it feels just fine. Automatic doors exhale cool air on your cotton sleeves. Shopping list half folded
avocado. Under breath, you snap once at the register like a tiny solo.
Then you rest. Everyday jazz in the grocery line. Little blue notes in the barcode shine. Nothing special, nothing grand. Just your hand on the side of the stand. Ordinary plastic bags like paper chimes, swinging soft in quarter time. Lonely light above the bread, halo on your sleepy head. No big story, nothing wild, just this aisle, this quiet mile between the tea and mandarin jam. I'm as steady as I am.
passes slowly, steam curling off the bowl. Emails face down in my bag, phone turned away just for now. Sunlight resting on the table, spilling gold along my sleeve. Tiny dust motes drifting sideways like they've got nowhere to be. This room, this breath, this slow, forgiving groove. Time leans back in its chair, lets the clock loose. Yeah, even on a busy day, I still find room to breathe. I still find room to breathe. Waiter wipes a quiet circle on the counter by the glass. Traffic hums a distant river, but here the seconds soften, stretch. This jazz just stretches time. Lazy cymbals, gentle swing, stirring thoughts like sugar in till the sharp edges dissolve. I used to chase each minute like it might run off alone. Now I stir my coffee slowly, watch the ripples come and go. Between the meetings and the margins, hidden spaces I can keep. I hear that rhythm, soft reminder, every heartbeat counts as rest. One lamp, tired halo, dust floating in its circle. Your book slips from your fingers. Words can wait till tomorrow. Let the last slow phrase take the weight from your eyes. Every note says stay, while my hands say goodnight. This is where we stop, where the questions slide away. let the last slow phrase lay you down, let it play. Curtain breeze with the night air, street noise softened to a mumble, clock hands leaning on each other, even time starts to stumble. I don't chase the ending, I lean into the hush. All that's left is breathing and this gentler hush on hush. Puddles in the crosswalk hold the sky in crooked frames. Shop signs blink and flicker like they're trying to recall my name. My footsteps tap a question down this narrow breathing lane. A taxi sighs and rolls by slow, carrying somebody else's day. This sidewalk after the storm talks low like an old friend. Every little splash and shadow asking how I've really been. The world feels small and open, each breath a softer start. Jazz turns a passing moment into a quiet talk with my heart. Steam curls from a grate, goes to coffee, bread and rain. Neon on the window glass smears in yellow, blue and gray. A trumpet from a doorway bends a note then lets it fall. I hear it circle my worries till they don't feel sharp at all. I walk past strangers' windows, see their laughter, see their fights, catch my own face in the glass, changing colors with the lights. The bass hums under everything, like a thought I almost missed. I follow where it's leading, to the space inside this bliss. turn of the key, door clicks, world fades, umbrella ribs tremble, street sighs and shades. Step after step, puddles pull at my shoes, red glow smears on the asphalt like yesterday's news. Rain on the back street, writing your name in the dark. Water in slow sheets, blurring the edge of my heart. Every drop, falling where we fell apart. Window glass sweating, my breath draws a cloud, circle and vanish, too quiet, too loud. Taxi rolls by, tail lights dragging a line. All of these broken reflections, trying to look like you're mine. I count 4 beats between flashes, let the thunder hold the space. Tongue tastes metal and memory, your shadow walks in my place. Step softer, step slower, let the night take what it will. If I stand here long enough, will your echo stand here still? chair, key by the door, sink full of dishes I don't mind anymore. Tiny to-dos ticked off the list. Not a big moment, still it feels like this. No applause, just a nod to myself, like a book slid quiet back onto the shelf. This little wind doesn't need a crowd at all. Progress whispers in a soft, slow drawl. Loose coffee stain on my old white tee. Did what I could today. That's enough for me. Funny how the loud days fade, but this one might stay. Just me and this easy sway, smiling anyway. Only one page left to write. Coffee cold, lamp humming low over this leaning stack of days. Ink slows, like it hurt a band. Take the tempo down to a quiet sway. This jazz slows my hand, lets the silence speak. Every breath between the notes feels like it's choosing me. Words arrive softer, like they're walking me home at last. Every line I lay down, the song is listening back. Crossed out phrases ghost along the margin. Little black rivers drying in the grain. I pause mid-sentence, hear a sax sigh low, like it's asking gently, do you need that pain? I circle one word, then another, then another. Let the loudest thoughts fade into the hall. Turn the pen in my fingers like a glass on the table. Wait for the smallest truth that dares to say it all. This jazz slows my hand.
Typed your name, then backspaced it. Watch the cursor blink like a heartbeat. Coffee gone cold on the side of the screen. Your face in my head, still soft, still green. This message stays unsent. Let the silence say it. If the feeling's heaven sent, I don't have to display it. Some thoughts drift through like late night trains, unsent but understood. I just watch them pass again. Dot, dot, dot. Then I kill the line, rewrite the past in my private mind. You don't need this half-formed truth. I just nod to it as it slips through. I see the words and let them go. Some doors stay closed to keep us whole.
Lights dim, chairs sigh a little, glasses make low halos on this tired table. Air thick with stories half finished, we lean into quiet, let the corners blur. Soft, steady swing holds the walls together. Nothing to decide, we can stay forever. Let the day unring, fade to simple weather. Soft, steady swing. Your breath, slow as a record, turning its last circle, not in any rush. Clock hands drift like old dancers, time forgets the ending, just keeps swaying on. Forks on plates, soft laugh, steam from pots still hanging in the air. Your hand on my back, chair legs scrape, one light above the table humming low. We lean and talk in half thoughts, slow words, easy flow. These little things I'm thankful for. Water running, kids' shoes by the door, empty glasses, stories poured. Simple as this, I couldn't ask for more. Today tastes sweet on my tongue, I hold it close, let it run through the quiet of this room once more. I couldn't ask for more. Stack white dishes tilted in the drying rack, your sleeve rolled, warm soap, record spinning in the back, low piano from the other room, finding space between our sides. You catch my eye, say come dance under these ordinary skies. I used to chase big moments, fireworks, bright summer shows. Now it's your shoulder at the sink, the way your tired smile glows. news. If this is all the headline, I'm fine with that, I swear. Because every quiet clink and clatter says I'm here, you're here, we're here. Quiet cup, steam curls then fades. One chair pulled back, like it's saving my place. Tiny spoon taps the porcelain edge. I taste this morning more than the bread. It's just me, sunlight on one chair, jazz humming soft, like it knows I'm there. Between little bites, between each breath I take, I feel complete in the warmth that silence makes. Window glass frames the slow street, low conversations bloom then recede. Sugar grains shine against the white. I stir my coffee, watch the dust in the light. It's just me, sunlight on one chair, jazz humming soft, like it knows I'm there. Between little bites, between each breath I take, I feel complete in the warmth that silence makes. Funny how an empty seat can feel like space for my own heartbeat. I used to chase every crowded room. Now this single table feels like it's in bloom. It's just me, sunlight on one chair, it's just me. face in the glass, city behind it, red tail lights inside my eyes, steam on the paint, finger draws circles, they smear your name into the traffic. My reflection overlaps the city, I can't tell which part is me. Thoughts drift slow across the window, like taxis on a midnight street. I keep staring through myself to the world that doesn't see. Cup on the table, lipstick from strangers, eyes half asleep in watered down brown. Train in the distance rattles my rib cage, street lamp halos float in my crown. Outside moves in straight lines, inside it bends and sways. Foot taps, heart taps, both a little late. I breathe the glass breeze back, two ghosts sharing one face. Water on porcelain, soft hiss, small room, daylight slipping off my skin, steam on the ceiling, fog on the mirror. I draw a little halo, watch it disappear. Slow trickle rhythm on my shoulder, down my spine. Every drop a heartbeat, not yours, not mine. Steam on the ceiling, I breathe in, I breathe out. Let the whole day melt and run down the drain. Warmth in my fingers, echoes in my mouth, humming that slow breathing harmony again. Shampoo bottle choir, test these saints in a row. Tell waits patient like it already knows. Eyes closed underwater, thoughts fade, just sound. Tiny rainstorm concert on white tile ground. Hands on my heartbeat, palm to my chest. World on the other side, I stay here undressed. Heat in the corners, silence so kind. I rinse off the headlines, leave only my mind. First train leaving, windows fog my name in glass. Coats draped over empty seats, slow sway, steel rails hum. Riding this quiet early line, half the world still in a dream behind. Calm determination in my chest, moving on before the city finds its breath. Coffee cooling, ticket folded in my hand. Streetlights fade to pale blue sky. New day, same old unknown plan. Soft reflections in the window, old mistakes in passing roads. But every stop we're pulling farther from the weight I used to hold. Morning light slips along the sill, steam's gone thin on the windowsill. Coffee rain on an open page, quiet clock measures out the day. Slow morning on wood floors, nothing that I'm reaching for, just breathing the still, slow air. Let today stay right here. Slow morning on wood floors, bare feet and a half-closed door. If all I do is sit and stare, then I'm already there. Chair leans back till it almost sighs. Dust floats by like a lazy tide. Question marks waiting by the phone. All of that can wait to be known. like a question. Soft light leaning across these wooden ribs. Chair creaks once, then settles into the rhythm. Clock hands shuffle, but stay out of the way. Morning on wooden floors, quiet but it's talking to me. Every small sound stirs up a little truth. Let this slow swing breathe, turning silence into warmth, into thought. Sip by sip, I remember how to be. Newspaper folded, untouched on the table. Coffee cooling while the mind runs ahead. Foot taps time to the hum of the heater. Windows fall with the weight of simple pieces. Lights dim, cup on the table still warm, shoes kicked under the chair, clock face glowing in the corner. Let the last slow swing hold the weight of the day for you. Nothing to fix, nothing to prove. Just breathe and let it all fade. Let the last slow swing carry you. Curtain cracks, distant cars humming past, pages half read by the bed, thoughts drift loose from the task. hangs on a note, then slides away. Soft cymbal circles the room, like someone saying, stay, just stay. Kitchen clock clicks on the wall. Steam curls, then fades into nothing at all. Cup gone cold, my hands around it anyway. Your name half shaped, but I let it drift away. Still air between us, all these words I never sent. Every almost sentence circles back and stops again. If I speak, it might be over. If I'm quiet, will it mend? So I wait here in the still air between us. Phone face down, soft glow under the screen. Typed it all out, then erased what I mean. 3 dots I imagine never really appeared. I breathe in your absence, hold it like you're here. Takes so long for a second hand to fall. Takes one small word to undo it all. So I sit in the pauses, let the silence decide if the right quiet moment will turn into reply. Clouds fold over the day, edges blur, afternoon soften, like someone turned the volume down, but just right, quietly enough. This is quietly enough. Nothing shining brighter than this chip blue cup and the steam coming up. Quietly enough. Yeah, it's quietly enough. Old clock leaning on the shelf, losing a minute every so often, still keeping time for the two of us. Not a single grand moment, just your hand on the table, your thumb tracing circles in the ring from your glass. If this is all it is, I can live in this. Same cup, gone cold on the right. Pages leaning into the night. Little circle of gold on the desk, barely bright. Room off center, but my breathing feels right. Lamp still on and I'm not done yet. Thoughts have formed, I let them rest. Slow hand on these keys, I forget how long I've been here. With a lamp still on. Chair creaks like it knows my name. Margin notes all saying the same. I trace the grain in the wood, lose the frame. Tiny ticking of a clock, playing its own game. Lamp still on and I'm not done yet. Thoughts have formed, I let them rest. Slow hand on these keys, I forget how long I've been here. With the lamp still on, I don't chase the answer, I just circle it wide. Let the questions wander, take the scenic side. If morning finds me in this quiet blue, I'll be right here, thinking halfway through. Chair in the corner, coat on the back, clock hand drifting through the same small track. Dust on the windowsill stays where it fell. Kettle on the counter, quiet but it tells today as it is. Nothing to resist, let the moment sit just like this. Breathing in the room, simple as a tune, not asking what it means. Today as it is. Pencil by the notebook, ink never dried, page half empty, story undecided, curtain barely moving, soft uneven sway. Sun lands on the table, then slowly walks away. today as it is. Door clicks shut, keys on the chair, shoes come off, feet taste the air, collar undone, spine starts to sigh, one long breath rolling up the sky, loose laces, long exhale, let the day fall off my frame, every knot I ever held melts when I hear your name. Loose laces, low lights, let the rhythm fix what's wrong. I remember how to move again when this body finds a song. Shoulders drop like they heard the cue. Clock on the wall fades out of view. Glass in my hand, slow little spin. That gentle swing invites me back in. Hips say finally, neck says stay. Heartbeat leans on the baseline sway. I'm softer now than when I came. Just breathing, just here, no shame, no shame.
Soft light on the floor, dust in a slow parade, mug by the window still warm enough, pages open but I just wait. Soft light, everything quiet, almost right. Let the day stay far for a little more, while the sun draws lines across the floor. Steam fades from the cup, sky in a pale blue yawn, clock on the wall knows what comes next. I stall, breathing in the calm.
Key on the counter, shirt on a chair, bag by the doorway, I just leave it there. Tie like a question mark, curled on the floor. Days still stuck to me as I lock the door. Shoes by the door, day on the rug. Let the tired in me sink, let the cushions hug. Lights turn low, world turn thin. Jazz wraps the ache, tucks the evening in. One lamp glowing, round yellow moon. Fridge door humming, old quiet tune. Ice in a short glass, clinks then rests. Heart finds a downbeat, soft in my chest. Windows are painting, streets far away. Clock moves in halftime, slurring the day. Couch holds my shadow like it always knew. I've got nothing left but this room and you.
day done. You'd think this quiet might cut, but it fits me like someone. Jazz in the shadows, soft brushes keeping time, solitude pulling up a chair, sipping slow with this heart of mine. Steam on the window in circles, leftover spices in the air. I sway between table and doorway like I'm dancing with the missing chair. I used to chase crowded rooms, talking loud to fill the air. Now every low piano note feels like somebody's there. I lean on the counter, listening to this small forgiving tune. Lonely, lost its sharp edges in the glow of this quiet room.
Coffee cup ring on the table, sun slipping down the back fence, shadows leaning long on the hardwood, dust in the air starts to dance. Slowly the day lets go, breathing out, breathing low. Every little thought moves quiet, like a slow exhale, slow exhale. Let it go, let it go. Screen door click, then silence. Ice in a glass, soft chime. Bare feet pressed to cool tile. Clock hands dragging through time. I watch the light climb the wall, then fall, one deep breath, and it takes it all. Name by name I release the weight, not today. It can wait. Shoes on the sidewalk, loosen the laces. Crumbs on my shirt from a break room feast. The sun on the glass and the crosswalk changing. I follow the shade and the easy beat. Sidewalk breathing in and out. Lunch break drifting, walking it down. World keeps talking, I just glide around. Sidewalk breathing, smoothing me out. Coffee still warm in a paper circle. Someone's on speaker, laughing too loud. I drift past windows full of old books and orchids. Let the small noise blur into soft background. Sidewalk breathing in and out. Lunch break drifting, walking it down. World keeps talking, I just glide around. Sidewalk breathing, smoothing me out. Count the cracks, step over the clatter. Bag on my shoulder, swing in time. Nothing big, but somehow I'm lighter. By the doorway, when the clock hits 5. Steam on the glass, 2 cups between us. You trace circles in the quiet air. Slow clock on the wall, barely even ticking. I feel each second settle in your stare. Stay a while, let the silence talk for us. Stay a while, let the breathing be enough. We're not going anywhere, just here, right here. Stay a while. floorboard creak. House remembers footsteps. Dog sighs once, then drifts away again. You laugh too low, almost don't release it. I catch that sound and hold it in my hands. We don't have to fill every open space. There's a comfort in the pause, in the unadorned phrases. Your hand on my sleeve says everything it needs. Leave the world outside the doorway. Let this moment lead. Stay a while. Let the silence talk for us. Stay a while. Let the breathing be enough. We're not going anywhere, just here, right here. Stay a while. Whoa. Single chair facing that window. Glass holds the gray of the morning. Cars drift past like I'm not here at all. Hands in my pockets, shoes barely touching the rug. Steam from a mug going nowhere, same as me, suspended in the hush. I just sit in this chair by the window. Let the world move on outside. All that motion, all that meaning, I slide to the side. I don't chase any sign, any symbol. Let the traffic draw the lines. I just sit in this chair by the window and fall out of time. That slow jazz hums near the floorboards. Bass walks soft under my feet. Piano paints little half-finished thoughts. Blink and a bus turns a corner. Blink and a kid drops her coat. Somebody laughs on the sidewalk. It fades before it reaches my throat. Maybe I'm missing my moment. Maybe this moment is it. Breathe in between every heartbeat, letting the daylight do all the work. My jacket hangs from the backrest like someone about to arrive, but the door never opens, and somehow that keeps me alive. I just sit in this chair by the window. Let the world move on outside. that motion, all that meaning, I slide to the side. I don't chase any sign, any symbol. Let the traffic draw the lines. I just sit in this chair by the window and fall out of time. Morning light slides along the wooden green. Steam curls from this chip white cup. Chair sighs low, like it's known me for years. I take a breath, let the silence wake up. Slow steam on the wooden floor, soft swing in the kitchen air. I'm not chasing anything, I'm just sitting here aware. Slow steam on the wooden floor, this small unfolding prayer. The day won't start without me, and I'm in no hurry to be there. To be there. To be there. Curtain sways to a rhythm of its own. Clock hand leans into another lap. Bass notes walk like they're barefoot on stone. Each sip loosens something in my back. Slow steaming on the wooden floor, soft swing in the kitchen air. I'm not chasing anything, I'm just sitting here aware. Slow steam, slow steam, flow the steam. Handwritten notes lean across the desk. Coffee ring halo on the margin of a thought. Slow horn from the window, like a stranger in the hallway. This page waits politely for whatever wants to talk. Let the ink find its own way, let the line take its time. Every curve of every letter falling right where it's inclined. I don't chase it like before, I just listen till it's strong. Ideas move quiet, settling where they belong. tip of the pen, hovering half asleep. Metronome in my breathing, soft click then it fades. Piano in the corner holds a lantern of a chord. I circle one small sentence like I'm guarding live embers. Used to race the ending, used to hunt the perfect phrase. Now I underline the pauses, let the silence have a place. Every smudge tells a story of a thought I almost crossed. I keep the crooked letters as a record of the cause. Used to hunt the perfect phrase. Now I underline the pauses, let the silence have a place. You know, you know, yeah, da 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 da. Shoes rest by the door, salt on the leather, the keys hit the table. All of that weather just falls off my shoulders. Drop after drop, coats hung without ceremony on that wobbling wooden peg. I breathe in like I got time again. This is the part where the outside fades, where the world stays out and the warmth remains. Every little creak in the floor knows my name. I'm home, I'm home. Kettles start to murmur, lamp throws a crooked halo, mail on the counter, day in a messy stack. Unhurried rhythm in the room, clock hand dancing soft and slow. My heartbeat learns the tempo and lets the hurry go. The headlines by the hinges, let the worries lose their shape. In this faded chair, this quiet air, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I